Hi, I'm back, but in a different setting today. So I got my plants behind me and I'm ready to go. So today is going to be a bit more casual, less, I'm going to be less like a teacher and talk more directly to you. And I'm curious whether you like this format or not. But I will still talk about chunks, but only three of them. And I will show you how you can use them in your conversations. Okay, so I will show you what these three chunks are. So the first one is, in my opinion. If I'm not mistaken, I would like to emphasize. And I've got to make an apology there because my handwriting is absolutely terrible. So I got it on a post-it note because it means that I can stick it on places. And I would like to emphasize that I didn't come up with this idea. My students did because they said to me, I know these phrases, but I don't use these phrases myself. And I want to know, and I want to start using them. So we talked together, and then one of my students came up with this idea. Okay, let's just pick three because three is the magic number. It's also a small number, so it makes it more manageable. And you can put it on the sticky note, and sticky notes are incredibly useful because I'm sticking it on a chair here, but it means you can stick it on your computer. So if you have a video conference, you can see the phrases that you want to slip into your conversation and start using. You can also use it with your English teacher. So if you have a class, if you have an online class or you meet in person, you can use a sticky note or a piece of paper. Just have it to hand so you can quickly look at this. Think, what phrases do I want to use today? So incredibly useful. So I want to give you maybe some examples of using these phrases. And the first one is, okay, I have a new microphone, very proud of it. I have a new microphone. And in my opinion, this is a directional microphone. Oh, at least I think that's how they're called. So it picks up sound maybe like this. So it picks up sound from the front, but not from the back. So it's very good for speaking, for picking up voices, for singing maybe. But I won't sing. Don't worry. Okay. But I would like to emphasize that I'm not an expert, so I might be wrong. And if I'm wrong, just tell me in the comments. Say, Chris, you're bonkers. You're wrong about the microphone. Also, I don't know whether you're into plants, but if I'm not mistaken, this is a peace plant. So maybe I can move it round and bring it forward. See, there you are. It's a peace plant, if I'm not mistaken. But I would like to emphasize that I'm not a plant expert. I'm not a botanist, so I might be wrong. In my opinion, we're talking about conversational chunks here. These are sort of bits of language that you can use in a conversation. Very helpful to let your conversational partner know where you want to go with the conversation. And in my opinion, one of the best things you can do to improve your speaking is to listen a lot. Listen to a lot of native speakers and listen. And what tips can I give you about listening more? So one is listen to stuff that you find interesting. If you find stuff about plants interesting, watch gardening shows or people talking about plants. Just pick something that you find interesting. Another area, which is, I think is very useful, is what's important to you. So for a lot of people who want to improve their English, work Work requires them to use English, and they want to feel natural. They want to express themselves in a good way, in a way that they feel comfortable with. So you could watch work-related stuff. A lot of people say to me, okay, yeah, I watch a Netflix series. I think that's good. Definitely watch stuff that you enjoy. But if it's if you want to improve your work English, also watch and listen to work English, because that's the English that you will be using the most, and it's the most directly they're strongly related to each other. So if you listen, you could perhaps pick out phrases that you can use at work. And just to go back to the Netflix advice, I certainly don't want you to stop watching Netflix if you do, because if you're doing something that you enjoy in English, keep on doing it, because that enjoyment will give you a stronger bond to English. If I'm not mistaken, I've already talked for quite a long time, so I think it's time to wrap up the video. So I've got my free phrases here. I will put a link below, and you can go to my website and download a file, and it has about 80 phrases that are called conversational connectors. So you can go through the file and pick 3 for yourself and start using this technique of putting them on post-it notes. So you actually use phrases that you learn. Anyway, now is the time to stop. All right, until next time.